A different language is a different vision of life. As one of the official languages of the Olympics, French has, over the years, become a portal towards a rich and diverse cultural realm. From March 10th, the Francophonie Festival in China offers a variety of innovative programs for the upcoming month. Making appearances in many Chinese cities, the festival greets cultural lovers with spectacles, conferences, exhibitions, workshops, films, and more. This year, Anaïs Martane, spouse of actor Liu Ye, has been named patron of the event. The French artist, whose latest inspiration led her to music, talked with China Daily about her unique bond with China and how language learning shapes her understanding of the world.
You are the patron of the 26th Francophonie Festival in China, and the festival runs through April 10th, offering a variety of programs. Which activities would you most like to recommend to our viewers?
I think there is so much different activities that it really depends of what you like yourself. For example, if you like theater, there is a really great showing of Molière. This is really something for theater lovers. But me myself, what I love the most and what I recommend is to participate to the conquest of singing and the one of the poetry. The poetry is exceptional.
And this year marks the 400th anniversary of the French play. Yes. So it's very meaningful, and with so many activities held in many Chinese cities, that we surely hope that more people can participate. The theme of this year's festival, it's called Se dépasser, or in English, I believe is to excel oneself. So how would you understand this concept?
When I hear that linked to the Francophonie, I feel like learning French, it's a challenge that you can give to yourself. And I see many people here being agreed to learn a language at any age, and I'm amazed by that. And it works. So why not? So that's the first thing I feel when I link these two words together, Francophonie and Se dépasser.
Yeah.
And I feel that nothing is impossible in this country for people. People have this energy here, like 天天向上. I think it's this meaning. Don't believe that French is so far from yourself. Really, it's okay. The system of les alliances françaises, is exceptional. I don't know how they do, but I know people that in 6 months they can start to speak. It's really incredible. So it's a system that it's designed to be able to learn quite quickly.
Actually, I was a student there, but I think I forgot a lot of it. But I'm trying to pick it up in the future. Yeah, surely. Speaking of learning something new, you have cultivated a very deep, unique bond with China. So could you walk us through your journey exploring Chinese culture? Where did this interest start, and what is your current passion?
When I entered in high school, I chose Chinese because it was possible in the high school I was going to go. And after that, it has been my life. I was attracted at the beginning by the Chinese characters. That was really my 14 years old is the only idea I have about China, because I was coming from a very, very small town in France, and we don't know much, and it was really far from me, from my culture. But the Chinese characters was something like a beauty, something beautiful, and I was like, wow, that would be something. So I spent a lot of energy learning to write, but not energy, because I loved it. Then slowly I went to university, and I chose Chinese because I was not bad at it. In France, I learned Chinese at the university in France, and then I arrived here as a foreign student, and then I stayed. But I think that being photographer was a way for me to be an observer of
Exactly.
of the world, the new world that I have to live with. And at a certain time, when I get to know my husband, I think it was at that time I felt like now I don't want to be an observer anymore, because you are always outside when you are an observer, and I said, okay, now I will be part of it. So I start to drive, for example, and many things, like when you really become a citizen. And I feel that I really learned Chinese culture when I got to know my husband and his family. So that the journey is like that, more or less. In 1 minute, I tell you 20 years of life.
And the change is, I think it's gradual, but also when you look back, it's also a very profound transformation for yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah, really. And I think the transformation, it's more in the, I would say, the way of thinking and the way to see the world and to see the other with a big O. It's my topic of life, I would say. It's the topic of my life. It's to be able to be in the middle of West and East, and to see really clearly. Sometimes I can see really clearly, like, oh, my action is driven by this from the East, or here I'm reacting like that because of this from the West. And for example, now I feel sometimes really frustrated when in France my sister don't call my mother, and I feel like, okay, you have to, this is your mother, this is the respect, etc. And I realize that this attitude with the parents, it's something that I've learned here, and that I've found now an evidence. I don't remember what I was and how I was with my parents before. So, for example, this is really something that I think the world can learn from, the attitude with the parents, the 小师父母. I think it's not only being nice with your parents, it helps you to be a better person.
I know that you have mastered many languages, and as a multilingual person yourself, how do you describe the role of language learning in understanding another culture?
When you understand the other by its language, the richness of its language and the culture in the back of the language, it's already a huge step to this person. To be able to understand the other ones through the language, it's a big present. I mean, this is natural. I just meet someone who speaks French, and naturally, you feel you want to talk with this person. Of course, it's not enough, but it's already like a huge step. I'm really glad that also the contrary happens. Like, for example, the songs that we sing now with the river band, with the Liu Ye, it's Chinese songs that sometimes I adapt a little bit in French, and it's so impressive to see the people's reaction. They hear a language they don't know, like French, and they just like it, and they feel some move sometimes by a language that they don't understand. And it's this, the contrary happens also in France. When I post videos in Chinese and French, they will say, oh, Chinese, it's so beautiful. So, this is something that means a lot.